Alright, so this was supposed to be a video I was supposed to make last night, but stuff got out of hand. I got distracted and other things. I went bowling. That's where the ceiling fan video came from. So yeah, I went bowling for a few hours and got home and kind of just got on YouTube and all that stuff. And we also had a new Tower Social Club member on the Discord server. So yeah. We've been hanging out and stuff. Well, but the server, and yeah, So yeah, I got distracted and stuff, and the list wasn't even complete. I was a little slow on making the list. So hopefully I got at least most of the information on all these towers right. Most of it right, at least. I already know that that's not 100% true. I'm going to say that I messed up the beacon setup on one of the towers and got the wrong beacon setup or something like that. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is everyone's favorite towers. Every tower enthusiast's favorite tower. So yeah, I already did this before, but I only featured only like a handful of towers. Today we're going to be looking at 13 towers. So yeah, 13 favorite towers, y'all. Alright, so we got the Walmart Tower, which is my favorite tower, the Big LT. So we all know a lot about the Walmart Tower by now, but I'm just going to give you the basic information. So it's a red and white monopole cell tower. It used to have an FH309, which I bet that's one. I think that might be one of the reasons why this tower is my favorite, is because back then I thought it was special. Because back then I known that it was not a 300mm, and I known what 300mm looked like up on towers, and I could tell you that that was not a 300mm. Like, I could tell the difference. So that was a little special. And its new LED beacon is also pretty special too, because it has a less common night mode and all that stuff. So yeah, it used to have an FH309, but now it has the mysterious night mode only LED that you see on it now. It got it in 2016, I believe. Yeah, I think that's when it got it. I was actually very excited when it got its LED for some reason, because I really wanted something new out of the tower, and this was something new. But nowadays I wish it still had its 309. But I am very used to its LED now. So I wish if I had the power to do this, I would give it its FH309 again, and on certain days of the week the FH309 will work, and the other days where it doesn't work, the LED will work. So yeah, that'll be a win-win for me. And if I want to, I can temporarily switch beacons on it, from the LED to the 309, or to the 309 to the LED with the remote when I want to film its beacons. And maybe I can turn both of them on at the same time. Only if I had that power. That would be very, very sweet. That's a sweet little tower power you have. But no, that's not going to happen. And, its LED is pretty good anyway, so it's fine. But it did have a very rare beacon. So I always believed that this was built in 2002 because of antenna search, but antenna search is usually always wrong when it comes to dates and stuff. So I bet it's not from 2002, but that's why I still believe, at least. This here is actually under 200 feet. I forgot exactly how tall it was. I think it was like 154 feet or something. I don't know, but it's not 200 feet or above. And for some reason, I thought it was. I don't know why, I just thought it was. I most definitely should have known better. So there's that. Now moving on to why is Aiden's favorite tower? The WDLI TV tower. So this is why is Aiden's favorite tower. This is a red and white TV tower, has 4 sets of modern 300mm with working markers. I have a feeling that I got one. I have a feeling that I got something wrong with this tower. I bet I got the amount of beacons it has wrong, or maybe the markers. I don't know, but I know it has modern 300 millimeters. You can kind of see on this picture here. And here's a fun fact. This tower is actually an early 2000s tower. So it's kind of weird because 300 millimeters, when it comes to towers having 300 millimeters, usually the towers are from the 19th century. Even the newer towers that have 300 millimeters usually are from the 90s or something. So I think that's pretty cool. I also heard this was used for 2 TV channels, I think. But it's just called the WDLI tower. For some reason, there's one point where I actually thought this had LEDs. Well, that it got LEDs. I don't know why. So I made a little bit of a mistake. I said, "Welcome to the club, Aiden," because I thought his favorite tower had LEDs, just like mine and Merzen's favorite tower. And it's just like, oh no, it still has a 300 millimeters. I was just like, wait, what? Where did I get the LED crap from? Why did I keep on telling myself it had LEDs? I don't know, it's pretty weird. Here's another fun fact. This tower is actually Merzen's profile picture. Not the street view though. It's not exactly the profile picture because the street view is a little more sunny. The sky is a little more gray. But yeah, this tower here is one of Merzen's profile pictures on YouTube, which I think is pretty cool. Now I got the KFOR TV tower. This is Merzen's favorite tower, or Creese Da Mouse. That's one of his many names on YouTube. So this is a red and white TV tower in the Oklahoma City Tower Farm. Back then it had both old school and modern 300 millimeters, which I think was pretty cool. But now it has dialight LEDs because like 90% of the towers in the Oklahoma City Tower Farm has dialight LEDs. So I bet this here's no exception. I believe this tower might have had like 5 sets of beacons, maybe. I don't remember, but I think it had a few sets of beacons, like 5 or something. I don't remember if it had working markers or not. There are some unique things about this tower. So one of the unique things that it used to have is the fact that it is both old school and modern 300 millimeter. So yeah, it had a mix of both those beacons, which I think is pretty cool. And it also has a very fat TV antenna up there, which is also pretty cool. And another thing that makes it unique is that there is no top beacon on top of that antenna. And you see that very, very top painted part of the tower before the antenna? That used to be gray, so it was always unpainted, which that was very, very iconic to this tower. I wish they never painted that, because that was pretty cool. So I filmed this tower before, twice, at day and night, and I hope to film it up close one day during the Oklahoma arc, if that ever happens. So I think that's it for this tower. Alright, so we got the Broadcast Hill TV tower, or at least the tallest one. I don't exactly know what station uses this tower, because Google Maps didn't tell me. Just like how Google Maps refused to tell me the station name of the KFOR tower. I ended up having to ask Merzen that. So the tall Broadcast Hill TV tower is Motor 2K's favorite tower. It's a red and white TV tower. It probably had 300 millimeters back then, but it now has 4 or 5 sets of mysterious night mode only LEDs, all with different flash rates. I kid you not, there is one tower that had like a 60 flash. I mean, there's one beacon somewhere around the top of the tower, like the second set of beacons on the tower, somewhere over here. It had a 60 flash per minute night mode, so it was flashing 60 flashes per minute. That's pretty cool and very rare. And all the other sets of beacons, all had their own flash rates. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if that was done on purpose or if it's just some sort of malfunction that nobody wants to fix. I don't really know, but I hope that it never gets fixed, because that's something that makes this tower very unique. Something else that makes the tower unique is how the top looks a little curved, and at the top of the TV antenna, there's also there's something up there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like an amalgamation of amalgamation of beacons. Yeah, that you can see it. I don't know. If so, that means that there's more than one beacon up there on top of that antenna, which is something else that'll be very unique to this tower, because I don't really see much TV towers with that. Usually they only have one beacon at the top of an antenna. So me, Merge K, and well, really everybody else, we always believed that this tower had FH 209s, but yeah, I don't think it does. Well, I think we proved that this tower does not have FH 209s. So that sucks, but at least we have these unique LEDs here. If they are LEDs, at least, all with their own flash rates. I have a video of it at night somewhere that Mojo made. I don't know if I downloaded it or screen recorded it. For some reason, every time I try to download something, a link, or every time I download a video from Mojo, my phone can't handle the file, so it fails. So I end up having to screen record all that crap. I've been trying to find it because I really want to show you all it, but at least I showed you guys the video already before on the YouTube channel, when I'm pretty sure I made a separate video of this tower, or the tower trio, on the broadcast till. I don't know, but I'm going to try to find that video and post it. I'll most likely post it in the description. That's only if I don't forget. I also filmed this tower just once, sadly. It would be nice if I was able to film it more, but I only passed it one time. Alright, so we got the Farmington TV Tower Duo. This is Ryan C's favorite towers. And yes, I said it. Ryan C's favorite towers. This is something very unique to Ryan C. So instead of Ryan C having one top favorite tower, he has two top favorite towers. So both the Farmington TV towers are both his #1 favorite towers. These towers are also the very first towers on the list that don't only shine red. And technically they're also the first towers, one of them's also the first tower on the list that shined white and red. So I made a separate video of these two towers because there is quite a lot of history with these towers. So we're going to start off with the gray candelabra TV tower, which I forgot the name of. So it's a gray candelabra, as you can see. It has SkyTech 8400s with an FH308 on top. And I'm going to say this right now because Ryan C wanted me to tell you all this. Remember when I said that it used to have, it has leftover abandoned 205 high intensity strobes? Well, guess what? Those were not high intensity strobes. Those are in fact just power boxes, I think, for the SkyTech strobes. They're just boxes. That's all they are. Here's the pictures of them. So yeah, as you can see, they are not strobes. Well, actually, that last thing is a strobe. So it is pretty disappointing that they are not leftover high-intensity strobes from when this tower used to be a mass tower. That would have been very, very cool if they were. So yeah, I just revealed what this tower used to be. So, fun fact, this here used to be a normal mass TV tower with just one antenna. and then it was transformed into a candelabra with 3 antennas, which that's a normal candelabra. If it wasn't, it would be a T-top candelabra, which has 2 antennas. It still has its strobes today. Hopefully, it doesn't get LEDs anytime soon because these Skytech strobes are pretty nice. They're not too common, and there's not many videos of them either. So, the longer the Skytech strobes are on the tower, the more videos Ryan C can possibly make of them. So there's the history of the candelabra. Now then, let's talk about the gray mass TV tower, which has a very, very interesting tower beacon setup, even more interesting than the candelabra. So where do I start? So back when both towers were mass towers, this tower used to have high intensity strobes with an FH08 7D, which, if you don't know what that is the name of the dual FH08. 7D standing for backup. Oh wait, D? Oh, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be B, not D. Oh well. So I'm pretty sure it's 7B, B for backup. I believe the bottom strobe is the strobe that flashes, and the top strobe is a backup strobe. I'm not really too sure. When I first heard about this beacon, I thought both strobes flashed. So that was its original beacon setup, the dual 308 and the high intensity strobes. And then somewhere more recently, it got replaced by a normal 308. So for a little bit, it had a normal 308 on top. So that's still pretty cool, but still kind of sucks how they replaced a very rare beacon. And then I think in 2020 or just last year, it got LEDs. It got some older Drake lighting LEDs. They were high intensity Drake lighting LEDs that were originally white only, but they were changed into white and red LEDs because back when they were white only LEDs, they would constantly malfunction. So when they fixed the LEDs, they gave it a red 30 flash per minute night mode without any markers, obviously. Ryan C said that he really did want to film it when it had its red night mode, but he said it was very dim, so he wouldn't have caught it on camera, which it's disappointing because it's the phase where this tower's red night mode phase didn't last that long, I believe, because eventually its LEDs were changed back into white only LEDs. And it has the quick burst night mode, which is basically the normal LED day mode, night mode, you know. That's basically a normal LED day mode. The quick burst night mode, that's what it is. The 40 flash per minute quick burst night mode is basically an LED day mode. So I probably got something wrong with all that information, but you know what, it's whatever. For some reason, I always believed that it got its. For some reason, I believed that when its strobes were replaced, it got a set of separate LEDs that were white and red, and then those LEDs were replaced with newer LEDs that were white only. But no, they were literally just the same LEDs that were white only, and then white and red, and then back to white only. So both towers are his number one favorite towers, which I think is pretty unique. So they're just tied. Oh, and here's a shot of the mass towers LEDs. You can see. And then there's a shot of just both towers, which for some reason I kept on thinking that the candelabra was on the left and the other tower is on the right. Alright, so next tower is AJ Jackson's local long lines tower. So this obviously belongs to, this is AJ Jackson's favorite tower. It's a red and white long lines tower. It has a dead old school 300mm, and it's a filtered KG 114. Because AJ Jackson recently seen the flasher box to the beacon, and it said that it was HP. So I really didn't know what to do with AJ Jackson's favorite tower because AJ Jackson usually changes his favorite towers. When I first met him, his favorite tower was his local Longlines tower, and then it was switched over to the tallest Longlines tower, and now it's back to it's now back to his local Longlines tower. He might change it again, which would make this video outdated, but it's whatever. Hopefully he keeps his. Hopefully this tower is going to forever be his favorite tower, unless it dies. This tower is just right under 200 feet. I think it might be 199 feet. So that's the reason why its 300mm is not working. And if it was 200 feet or over, it would probably have an FH08 or something like that. AJ Jackson said that he wants to climb this tower, and if he does, hopefully he gets to climb up all the way to the 300mm. That'll be nice. So this tower was built in 1966 and began operation in 1970, which is very, very late. Don't know what they're really thinking then. So yeah, its horns were removed in 2007, and the power to the site was cut off since the tower isn't repurposed. It has an old filtered KG-114 with broken filters that quit working in 1992. It will most likely never get repurposed. AJ Jackson should hurry up and climb the tower just in case they repurpose it as a cell tower. Alright, next tower is the tower with the triple KG-225 and KG-114 beacon setup. This favorite tower belongs to Younglow. It's a gray antenna tower. I bet it has some cell antennas. It has two sets of KG-225 strobes and KG-114 modern 300mm. He made a video of the tower and its full beacon setup. Could be seen on camera. But I lost the video. I don't know where it is, but he has his picture, and he also lost the video, so that sucks. So yeah, it's his favorite tower. I really had no idea what his favorite tower was, so it's nice to know that this tower here is his favorite tower, because every time I would think about Younglow's favorite tower, this tower always came up in my mind. So I think it's nice that this tower is his favorite tower. There's a close-up of its top beacon, Sorry, I have no idea what happened there. Alright, so we got a cell tower with FH06s, which I forgot to add with into that sentence, so it looks stupid. This is Jonboyok's favorite tower. It's a gray cell tower. It used to have two sets of FH06s, but now has LEDs. They're probably dual LEDs, like probably duo white and red FGS 370s, I believe. Well, I would imagine, but I'm not the surest. Really, there's not much information about this tower, so yeah. It used to have a very cool beacon setup. I can say that. I don't know if this picture was taken when it had its FH06s or when it had its LEDs. I'm not sure, but it could be either. I don't see any markers on the tower, so this might possibly be when it got its LEDs. Or it might have possibly never had markers to begin with, even when it had its FH06s. Alright, next up we got the Buford, Georgia cell tower. This is Shawn's favorite tower. I really had no idea what his favorite tower was up until yesterday. I always thought Shawn's favorite tower was a tall red and white TV tower with high intensity strobes and a single strobe, an FH08 I think. But no, it turns out it was actually this cell tower here, which is still pretty cool because it has an EG&G 3000, this is basically the original 3000B. It's a good 3000B because the new 3000Bs and all that crap, quality wise, are not good. This is obviously a gray cell tower. I have no idea if this even still has its beacon or not. I bet it got replaced by an LED. That's why I bet. I'm pretty sure the company that owns this tower, I heard that the company that owns this tower really hates 3000s and 3000B. They replace them when they get the chance, I heard. I even made a meme about it on my Instagram page. So this probably has an LED now, and I would imagine it having an FGS 370. Because that's a very common LED. It's probably a dual one with the crappy night mode, 20 flash per minute night mode. So yeah, I believe it probably has an LED because I bet Shawn said it got an LED. All right, next up we got a red and white microwave tower with red and white dishes. This is C4's favorite tower. I also filmed this one too. This here is a red and white microwave tower with painted dishes. Some dishes were red and some others are white. I filmed this tower twice because it's pretty cool. It has an old school 300mm with one set of markers. According to C4, I heard that its night mode is very nice. I heard it's like eye candy or something. I mean, like, it is a 300mm, especially an old school 300mm. That's like a very red, pinkish night mode. Because old school 300mm are more red than the modern ones, for some reason. It's nice to know that this tower is tall enough to have a beacon. So that's nice to know, because when I first seen it in person, I thought it would not work. It had a very good chance that it was probably shut off, because when I seen it, it did look pretty small. It looked under 200 feet, but I have a feeling that it must be over 200 feet. Or maybe there's some airport close by, I don't know. So that's really all I know about this tower, is that it has a 300mm, it's red and white, it's a microwave tower, and the microwave dishes are painted white and red. Alright, so we got the WXDJ FM tower. This is ZastenX's favorite tower. That X really sounded like an S. It's a gray, tall FM tower. It has high-intensity strobes and a single strobe, I guess. Yeah, really, I looked at it on Google Maps, and it was really hard to tell if it had night mode beacons with its strobes. But ZastenX did say that it has high intensity strobes, which he said he called them box beacons. I really don't know much about this tower. I do know it's in Florida. It's like in Miami, Florida. It's not in the tower farm though, I don't think. Pretty sure it's just outside the tower farm, and it's just by itself really. But it's one of the TV towers in the area. There's like, I meant to say one of the tall towers. Just a very tall tower with high intensity strobes. There's quite a few of those in the Miami, Florida area. So that's really all I know about this tower. Alright, so last one. We started this video with a monopole, now we're going to end the video with a monopole. So we got a monopole with an FHO6. This is Dexter's favorite tower. It's a gray monopole cell tower, obviously, and it has an FHO6. It has 5 sets of cell antennas. Dexter said it used to have a 6th set somewhere, but it was removed. Cookie cutter tower, huh? Damn it, boy, a cookie cutter tower stole my 6th set of cell antennas, man. I hate them cookie cutter towers, so boring and basic. And so this tower here, it was widely believed that this tower had two FH324s on the very top, making it a double dual tower. Because towers with 2 sets of dual strobes, towers with 2 dual strobes on top, I like to call them double dual towers, because I'm weird. Because there's these boxes on top of the tower that are they're painted, and they really look like strobes. They look like FH06s from ground view. But recently, I believe, Dexter found out this tower actually has an FH06 instead. You can't see it though because the cell antennas are blocked, and the picture that I have is low quality while zoomed in, and I can't do anything about it. So really the only things I know about this tower is that it has 5 sets of antennas. You used to have a sixth set. It has an FH06 with just 1 set of markers, obviously. So this here is another monopole with an FH06. We used to have one in Missouri. There's a few others I know of, but I can't think of them right now. I can only think of one in Ohio right now, and that's it. But other than that, this here, along with the one in Springfield, aka the second Walmart tower, those are the only monopoles. Along with the along with the Ohio tower too, those are the only monopoles I can think of with FH06s, or at least had FH06s in its history. So that's going to be the end of the video. So I was going to include Anchor 10, but I decided not to because I honestly have no idea what Anchor 10's favorite tower is. So I might make like a little mini part 2 to this if I ever find out what Anchor 10's favorite tower is. Yeah, I'm not too sure what Anchor 10's favorite tower is, to be honest. And even if I did find out what his favorite tower was, I probably wouldn't be able to show you guys it because Anchor 10 is very secretive on his location and stuff. So yeah, maybe I can crop the picture, crop the address out. That's what I would do, at least. So yeah, see y'all later. Bye.